Hello everyone, and welcome to this video on the full moon in Libra, which is happening on March the 31st. So as you jump on and join me, say hi below. Even if you're on the replay, say hi, and I ask that you share this out as well so we can spread this information on the full moon and people can learn how to manifest by following the moon cycles. And being an astrologer, I love to take it a step further and not only look at the phase of the moon, but most importantly, looking at the zodiac sign that it's in, because that gives insight into the energies that we're being influenced with. All right, Claudia, David, Beth, definitely say hi. Thank you for the likes and the hearts. Very much appreciated. We have a lot happening in the cosmos lately, lots of energy. I feel it's still been very high emotion for people and lots of sensitivity coming through as well. And I think a large part of this, oh, there's my comments just suddenly popped up. Awesome. Yeah, so I think a large part of this sensitivity that we're feeling as well has to do with Chiron, the wounded healer, being in the last degrees of Pisces. At the time of the full moon, it's at 29 degrees in Pisces. And in your natal chart, we all have Chiron in a certain placement, in a certain sign, in a certain house. And this shows where some of our greatest pain points are, some of our greatest struggles in life. But as we address and heal that placement, that area of our life, where that pain resides or where there's hurt from past lives, from our karma, it also becomes our greatest teacher and our greatest strength. So collectively right now with Chiron in Pisces, it's been doing that shadow work and really learning how to bring some of those repressed emotions to the surface, bringing them into the light so they can really be transformed as we move forward and Chiron moves into Aries. So that's just some background. Christina, how are you? Rolene, Claudia? I just thought about setting intentions. Awesome. Maureen, how are you doing? So definitely share below, what are you releasing with this full moon energy? Full moons bring things to like fruition, I should say. The full moon is an amplifier, but it's also a cue from the universe to look at what you need to release. And this is the first full moon of the new astrological year. So in this energy as well, there's not only the releasing, but looking at how you want this new astrological year to pave out for you. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to manifest this year? And of course, releasing and letting go of those things that are weighing you down is so key in order to fully move forward. So share below what you're releasing. Hello, Jessica, Christine. Another big thing happening in the cosmos before we really hone in and look at this full moon in Libra, because there's lots of energy just around the full moon alone. But yesterday we had the Venus-Uranus conjunction. And this really can shake things up in your relationships. It's kind of paving the way as we move into the moon in Libra with really looking at your relationships in your life. And if you feel like you have this sense of independence with them, that you have this excitement within your relationships, that conjunction also can bring new ideas, new creative ideas to the surface, and can really help you solve some of the problems or the struggles that you're working with in your life. Uranus can bring in new ideas, a new creative way to see things. So it's really cool and definitely shaking up those relationships and helping you feel that sense of independence. And that really is key when we talk about Libra as well. Out of any sign of the zodiac, Libra embodies relationships. And it really is looking at, how do I exist in relationships? Is there that sense of harmony and flow? And in the shadow side of Libra, and this doesn't mean every Libra is like this, but if you have a lot of Libra energy in your chart, some of the things that you're working with this lifetime is not losing your sense of self in relationships. So learning to have that independence, but still exist harmoniously in relationships. Let me read some of these comments here. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? Expectations, releasing expectations, powerful. Alicia saying emotions are still high. Yeah, I'm feeling you on that. There's a lot going on. Emotions are high. You know, there's other aspects that can lead to this as well, but I do feel a lot of it is that Chiron placement in Pisces. Maureen, I am releasing energy blocks in my sacral chakra. Yes, so sacral chakra is all about the divine feminine, creativity, as you know, Maureen, and it's really perfect timing because the ruler of this full moon in Libra is Venus, and Venus is the goddess of love and beauty. It's that connection with the divine feminine. It's that reminder from the universe to look at your ability to receive. Are you receiving the abundance and the prosperity that surrounds you? When Venus comes into focus, that becomes the highlight. And at the time of the full moon, we're also, not at the exact time, but on that day, we also have Venus moving into the sign of Taurus. So that presence of this Venus energy, this goddess of love and beauty, is really strong. So it is a good time to also look at your ability to receive and how this comes into play in your relationships as well. Your ability to really receive love, your ability to receive affection, receiving what you desire. And that really does start with being able to show yourself love. It always starts from the inside out. And the more that we do that inner work, the more it's conveyed in our relationships. All right, say hi if you're joining me now. And if you're feeling called to do so, share this out. I know so many people are curious about the new moon and full moon energies and how to work within that. I feel collectively more and more we're being called to follow these moon cycles and really connect with them and tap into them. And as you do that, you find you'll have more energy as well, because these energies are like, it's happening anyway. So you might as well know how to work with it. Christina is releasing self-doubt, self-sabotage, connection to other people's energies that are not serving the highest good. Beautiful. I'm going to scroll down here. Jessica, releasing playing small in business and welcoming all the opportunities for growth, expansion, and abundance. Really good energy for that. And also, since Libra is that sign of relationships, really good to look at collaborative opportunities, how you can team up with other people to strengthen your goals. So anytime there's a full moon, the sun is opposite the full moon. And right now we're in Aries season. So we have the sun in Aries opposite the full moon, and the sun is conjunct Mercury, which is currently retrograding in Aries as well. So we're working on this Aries-Libra axis, which is all about the self and relationships. So getting really strong in who I am, learning to love myself so I can show up fully in relationships. And I did a whole video on Mercury retrograde that you can find on my timeline. I go into even more detail over on the Future Life app. So if you haven't joined me there yet, send me a message after this so you can hop over to Future Life and get daily insights on astrology and what's happening in the cosmos and how to work with that. But basically, with Mercury retrograding through Aries right now, it is about looking at your core belief systems, those core patterns that govern your life and how you show up in your life, and really asking yourself if they're serving you. And that's how you can work with this Mercury retrograde energy. So this is coming into play with the full moon as well, with this opposition, and looking at some of the beliefs you have about your relationships. This is a time where you can really bring healing to your relationships as well. Let me know if this is resonating, if you're just jumping in now, and also share with me, what are you releasing with this full moon energy? Maureen, I finally shifted, so I am just happy not to be in a funk. January to March, I'll kick my spiritual booty. Yeah, you know, I feel for a lot of us, Maureen, like, collectively now, we're also in a lot of Capricorn energy. We had Saturn move into Capricorn, and that is a huge shift for a lot of us just to get things in line. And where that's falling in your natal chart is going to determine what area of your life you're really being called to step up. But we're all feeling that on some level, whether that's in our career, in our relationships. It really is, I need to get things in line. And we're becoming really aware, if we're not having the systems that we need to support our success, we're really aware of that right now. We're really being called to step up. So you're not alone in that, Maureen. Sending so much love to you. You know I am here for you. Rhonda's birthday is next Thursday. Ooh, happy early birthday, Rhonda. Love that. Beautiful timing with the full moon and everything. Really good timing to release and look at what you want to create in your new astrological year. Because each time it's our birthday, that's our solar return, and it paves the way for the year ahead. So looking at how you're celebrating your birthday and the energy that you want to bring into that new year is actually really important. Okay, scrolling down. Hello, Jessica. Also forgiving in those relationships and keep the heart of gold. Have the strength to move forward. Beautifully said. Yeah, forgiveness. And Libra is about that as well. It really governs all those areas of relationships, how we're forgiving. And we have to forgive for our own sake. I feel like there's still a lot of misconceptions around what forgiveness is. And it's not an easy thing. Like, I can understand sometimes forgiving is not easy, and we're not always ready to be in a place to forgive people, but ultimately it is a gift that we give ourselves because it allows us to release any anger and resentment that we're holding on to. And as you release that, you're able to manifest with much greater ease, and you're able to really call in loving relationships. And I think collectively at the full moon, we're really being asked to look at that. How can I surround myself with my soul tribe, my soul family? How can I call in these loving relationships? How can I appreciate that we're all interconnected, that we're all in this together, and at the same time not lose my sense of identity? The sun in Aries is still saying you have to keep that sense of who you are. So we're all interconnected, but we're also showing up as unique individuals as well. And this full moon is about how do I balance that in my life? So this is powerful stuff for sure. Scrolling down here, Rosemary, realizing those people that don't serve me, also surrendering. Yeah, surrendering, so powerful, right? When we're able just to do our part, focus on what we can control, and then surrender the rest, surrender the rest. So let's see what else is happening with this. So we have the moon forming a square to Mars and Saturn in Capricorn. So I talked a little bit about that energy. Mars is a powerful planet. It's this planet that just charges ahead in action. It wants to get things done. In the sign of Capricorn, it's very strong because Capricorn energy is also very ambitious. Capricorn is the builder of the zodiac. So we're really feeling this desire to move forward. There's a part of us that really wants to move forward. And we are in Aries season. And at the same time, you don't want to rush into things. So you may be feeling this desire to, whether that's in your business, just to get these new projects out there, to really just get things moving. But I do caution you to just be a little bit careful, take one step at a time, and make sure that you have everything covered, because we are still in the Mercury retrograde, and we don't want to make any big decisions at this time that can be life-altering. Of course, that can vary a little bit depending how the retrograde is affecting your natal chart. Each retrograde affects us differently. So you may find certain retrogrades, like you just breeze by them and you're not having any issue with it. Other retrogrades can be really challenging. So that is still happening, and the moon is forming that opposition with the sun and Mercury in Aries right now. So there is that part of you that wants to move forward. Just make sure that you're not acting too impulsively and that you do have everything in order first. And also considering how your actions are going to influence other people. That's the reminder of the Libra moon as well. And not to the point where you're not doing certain things because you don't want to offend people or hurt people, but being aware of how your actions are impacting other people. Because we are all interconnected, everything that you do has an effect on those people around you. So really looking at that side of it as well. That's that Libra reminder. I also think with this focus on Venus, which is the ruler of the full moon in Libra, also where we're going to have Venus moving into Taurus, the natural ruler. This is a time to look at how you're incorporating beauty in your life, and if you're appreciating the beauty of the physical world, if you're appreciating the beauty that surrounds you, and if you're really coming from that space of gratitude. That energy is strong too. Okay, let me scroll down. If you're just jumping in now, say hi below. And if you like, share with me what you're releasing in this full moon energy as we share this. And as you put it out there, like anytime we write something, it seems to take on more power. It's like we're sharing it with other people and suddenly their energy starts to create with ours and things can flow more smoothly and just momentum builds more quickly. So that's kind of another tip as you're doing your full moon ritual is actually writing things down. There's a power in getting it out of your mind, out of your head, and getting it on paper and actually seeing it. So writing down what you want to release. And some people after even feel like they want to burn the paper or rip it up just to really get it out there, have that awareness, but then fully go through that releasing process. I also love to do EFT tapping as a way to help me release anything in my energetic field that would be holding me back from going to the next level and manifesting those goals. Okay, let me see, Alicia. I want to release the control I feel like I need to have on my own life. Yeah. Oh, I hear you on that, Alicia. That is a lifelong lesson for me as well, learning to let go of that need to control everything and go more with the flow, for sure. Kelly Jean, gratitude to the present moment, witnessing the light within that conquers the darkness. Stay focused on the light. Ah, that's beautiful, Kelly Jean. Yes. We're going through that process too right now with Jupiter and Scorpio. Jupiter bringing some of what we label as the darkness, bringing it up into the light to be integrated and transformed. So we're feeling that collectively too, Kelly Jean. Marvine, this is a breakthrough retrograde for me. I will take it, universe. Yeah, love that. Hi, Teresa. How are you? So another aspect that's happening at the full moon that's really pointing to collaboration and relationships is the south node in Aquarius. And I believe it's a trine. The moon is forming a trine, which basically just means harmonious energy flow in astrology talk. Some of the aspects are more challenging, some are more harmonious. So Aquarius is also about the groups we belong to. It's about our communities. So we are feeling called to really take note of that. Be aware of your relationships. Be aware of who you're associating with. The people you spend your time with really influence you because we develop the habits of the people that we spend the most time with. So you really want to be in relationships where it's respectful, it's loving, but I also think where people are challenging you in a healthy way to elevate to the next level. And that's the things I love about my sisterhood, my mastermind, is women coming together, supporting one another, creating this container for change to take place, and then also encouraging you to elevate, step out of your comfort zone and go to the next level. And Mars in Capricorn right now, Saturn in Capricorn is really encouraging you to do that, to really step up and go to the next level. So that's where some of the discomfort is as well. If we're feeling like we just want to play it safe, or we maybe want to play small, or we just want to stay in our routine. The energies right now are more supportive of, I have to step out of my comfort zone. I have to really put myself out there if I want to grow and evolve. Okay, it's going down. Hello, Sabrina and Charlotte and Tanya. So overall, this full moon energy, take a look at the relationships. Take a look at the role you play in your relationships. Libra as well looks at balance, so finding that sense of balance in your life and really finding that sense of inner balance, that it has to kind of come from within. And balance looks different for each of us, and it looks different at different times of our life as well. So looking at what does balance mean for you, because the moon does govern our emotional world. It's our emotional response. It's where we find that sense of comfort and safety. And a Libra moon really craves balance. And if there's this sense of being out of balance, it just feels uneasy. That's why it's represented by the scales. It's always like, how can I find this balance? How can I balance what I need with my relationships? So you're going to be feeling that energy. So really look at what balance means for you, what you need to do to find that sense of balance in your life, and making the changes to really have that happen. I think those are the main things really that I wanted to touch on today. But yeah, beautiful full moon. Take time to do some kind of ritual to really honor this. Again, I love to do my tapping. I love to do the clearing. I always pull some oracle cards to work with as well. Write down what you want to release. And if you can, get outside and take a look at the moon. I love looking at a full moon. It's just so beautiful. We can feel the power. If you are somebody who finds that you get more emotional around the full moon as well, because the full moon brings things to the surface. It's an amplifier. So however you're feeling at that time, whether it's sadness or excitement or anxiety, it's amplified at the full moon. So take a look at what's coming up for you and just be in that space of love and be okay with releasing what isn't serving you. So if you want me to take a private look at your chart, really dive in and see how these energies are affecting you, you can reach me right here on Facebook. I love doing readings for people. We can take a look at your soul journey, your soul purpose, your natural gifts and strengths, and where some of the challenges might be for you this lifetime and how you can really work with that. So you can reach me on Facebook. Just send me a message and I can give you the details on that. And then I'm also taking part in the Future Life app, which basically is daily astrology updates, and I'm doing that with 11 other people. It was started by David Palmer, the Leo King, who is an astrologer I really admire. So he's on there, and 11 other amazing people giving insights on like tarot readings, card readings, messages from your angels, and I do lunar updates as well as astrological updates. So send me a message if you want the deets on either of those things. Otherwise, I'm sending so much love and light your way and wishing you a wonderful full moon in Libra. Bye for now.